Hello guys, good morning. Uh, good morning here in the Philippines for our international viewers. And I know there are some of you guys that were able to pop in from time to time. I'd like to welcome you to our live stream. Again, my name is John Kalam. I am the presenter for Kuhol Garage KHL Motorsport. Alright. Right, so our objective for the channel is to always have some regular live streams at least once a month. At least that's the goal that we set for ourselves. And now we are what are we doing now? So what we're doing now is not only doing that initiative for the YouTube channel, but also offering people an opportunity to go into motorsport affordably with a sponsored race seat, with a free use of our race car uh, for uh, for the upcoming 1NZ Cup Grid Circuit race. Okay. But before I begin, um, what else do we want to talk about before we begin? Um, I don't know. Maybe I should just start. Okay. So, um, for us, or for me rather, um, it is always has been my trust to go participate in various motorsport events available to me locally here in the Philippines. And um, it, I've done also much, which I'll show you guys later, a brief summary. And I think it's now high time to move forward with another aspect of motorsport. Um, and it's to set up an initiative for future racers, for the next generation of new motorsport talent, and hopefully that we are able to set up this venture, this enterprise, or this initiative, so that people are able to go, um, are enabled to go racing in without so much capital expense. Okay. Here in the country, it is very popular, right? Even for me, when I started out, you have to have your own race car, you have to arrange your own um, pit crew or whatever it is. You have to arrange your own resources and then compete. In other countries, the initiative or what they have already evolved in doing is to, especially for gentlemen drivers or for those starting out or just focused on being able to just drive, is to look for or to join or partner with a race team or a race organization that would handle all aspects of um, management of the vehicle that they're going to use. And also, if you own, if example you're still in that past model of owning your own race car, at least it would be nice to have somebody behind your back to help you maintain, manage, and stand by you during the race event, and of course, maintain the car in between race events. But the new model, or the model that's being done internationally in more, shall we say, more mature areas and locations for motorsport and other locales, is that the driver does not own the car, merely uses the car as on a race-to-race basis or on a season basis, and just focuses on participating, focuses on driving, while the team behind or who owns the race car manages everything. So that's one aspect that we want. It's already kind of being done on a limited basis, probably on a basis that's not very accessible to the majority of car enthusiasts, motorsport enthusiasts. But it's already being done here. What we're trying to do is to have this initiative to at least bring more access to this facility, to this what you call this gimmick, so to speak, to other race car drivers here in the country. And we have this opportunity for you guys to participate in grid type circuit racing in an affordable series using a car that's already prepared and already forget about being prepared, being eligible, but also it's already been set up to be safe with all the racing equipment and so on and so forth, roll cage and whatnot. Okay. And it's also eligible for a multiple of race series, but we are focusing now on looking for people who want to participate in the 1NZ Cup. Okay? So with that said, I'd like to proceed with the PowerPoint presentation. Again, as you may, well, I'll discuss about myself in a future slide. Okay. So let's do the next slide. Okay. So, all right. KHL Motorsport, the dream, this is the dream, this is the vision that we want to do. This is the end state that we want to achieve at the end of the day with this initiative, with this project, right? We've been doing this for 18 years. And the thing is, when you're trying to do something, you cannot do it by yourself. I've been doing this in my own capacity for the longest time without reliance, of course with help and not really support, but at least advice by my mentors in motorsport, talking to people, participating. But basically, I've been approaching this one for the longest time as a solo flight competitor. So that's why we're moving forward with our motorsport dreams, so to speak. We want to already start involving others in the things that we want to do. Because in the end state that we want to do is we want to be the premier motorsport development organization in the Philippines. We want to develop platforms. We want to develop pathways. We want to develop methods for people to go into racing. For Filipino mechanics, for Filipino technicians, for Filipino engineers to show their creativity in the crucible of motorsport. And of course, to have the Filipino people gain awareness and be excited with Philippine motorsports and its effects, or its possibility to extend its reach in the worldwide racing scene. That's what we kind of want to do. That's, of course, the highfalutin the highfalutin dream that we have, right? But in the initial sense, all right, we have developed these key competencies as of now. All right, we're not claiming that we are the best. We're not claiming that we are good. But we are claiming that we have had these experiences that we want to move and have everybody participate in and join with us and enable mutually all of us to move on to the next level. Okay? So over the span of 18 years in motorsport, we are able to develop our own race cars. We own our own race cars. And we are able also to prepare and modify and customize vehicles for other people. Okay, but moving forward, we are wanting to focus on race vehicle preparation for our initiatives in this regard. All right. In my 18 years of motorsport experience, I have learned a lot. My plan not really my plan, but my trust now is to impart my knowledge of what I have learned and what I have done, and most especially to tell people what mistakes I have made in this pursuit, um, in whatever means, so that your dream, your career, your future career in motorsport here in the Philippines would be most guided and most appropriately guided in the most value packed. Not necessarily you will be throwing money out of towards a nothing, but you will get the most bang for your buck, because I have done whatever I could to manage my finances and participate in motorsport um, the the most efficient method possible. So I could impart to you that one. How I could also consult you in your career, but also with my experience in motorsport, with all the learnings that I've learned, I can also, um, especially if you're starting out in motorsport, you're learning, you're still learning, or you're still in the point of maturing in your level of driving talent. Um, Let us be able to teach you proper driving techniques in order for you to shortcut your learning. In golf, if you want to pursue golf, when I tried learning golf um, in the distant past, first tip everybody has given me is, okay, I want to play golf. What's the first thing I should do? Everyone has to, the people I've asked, all of them told me that I first have to look for a coach. I have to look for a golf coach so that I learn the swings properly. I don't get injured, etc., etc. I don't develop bad habits, so on and so forth. If you could apply that to golf, why don't you apply the same thing to motorsport? Get somebody to mentor you, not necessarily me. You can get anybody that you think credible to help you in your motorsport career. So, but for us also, if you guys seem to be interested, for us to help you in your driving, in your motorsport driving, we can also help you in that sense. And our exposure is not only in competition. We've also been exposed to several aspects of the motorsport industry in the Philippines. We've also been part in the regulatory framework of Philippine motorsport, and we've also dabbled a little bit in the business of motorsport. So if you're not into actively participating yourself, but you are a company that wants to figure out their motorsport strategy here in the Philippines, we can definitely advise you in that regard. Okay. Wait, where am I? Okay. So, just a brief introduction of myself. But before that, let me check the stream. Stream seems good. Alright. Brief introduction about myself. I've been in racing for 18 years. Most notably, my recent accomplishments was being first runner-up in the Gulf Oil Top Driver Challenge for the year 2024. 2023, I was a class champion for the 2023 National Slalom Series. I've done all sorts of motorsport. You could see, you can read there what I've done. I've done a lot. What I haven't done, I haven't drag raced, and I haven't drifted. I think that those are the only motorsports that I haven't participated in. For drag racing, because it's just going straight. I mean, I don't know what's the skill there too much except for launching. And drifting, I don't have yet an appropriate car for drifting. Besides that, whatever vehicles that we have to race with, we have competed in all these various types of motorsport. Quite recently, we were given the opportunity to also manage a race team for an endurance race last year in the Bonifacio Cup last November 2024. As part of the incentive for winning the Gulf Oil Top Driver Challenge under Tuason Racing School. Okay, as far as work or my source of income, source of living, and my work experience, right? Um, I used to work professionally in motorsports as a media and part of media like under Time Attack Manila, the premier motorsport portal in the Philippines. I also used to work for the national sporting body of four-wheel motorsport, which is the Automobile Association Philippines. Currently, I am a full-time educator. I am an assistant professor in UP Los Baños. And concurrently, I am the proprietor for a quick service automotive repair shop called KBI Quick Lube. Okay, for academic qualifications, I'm not gonna list that I have a master's degree in business, but for motorsport, I am a graduate of the AEP Motorsport Development Program under the tutelage and development of 10-time national rally driver Coach Vip Esada. I've also been mentored by several motorsport legends like Mike Potenciano, JP Tuason, and I apologize to the other people that I have not mentioned, but all of my titos along the way who have helped me in their motorsport, in my motorsport dreams. I'm also now planning to help now the next generation have a leg up. As they have helped me, I guess now it's my time to help others. All right. So what's the 1NZ Cup? Where are we joining, right? The 1NZ Cup is a grassroots grid circuit racing series organized by Tuason Racing School. The thing is why they call it Unity. There's a Unity thing over there. It's because they're linking three separate racing initiatives into one race series. So they have the top tier part is the Formula V1, and then they also have the Vios Cup, and they also have the Yaris, people racing the Toyota Yaris, Toyota Ecos, whatever that are being done here. The reason why it is an attainable and affordable racing series, even for you, even without you guys interfacing with us to participate in this series, you want to do it yourself, go direct to them, whatever you want to do, it is something attainable for you. Why is that? Because the eligible vehicles are basically the most popular car, or not necessarily SUV, but like a normal traditional saloon car. Most popular car being that has been sold in the Philippines for the longest time has been the Toyota Vios. So there are thousands and thousands and thousands of Vioses out there that that have the appropriate 1NZ, 2NZ engine family fitted to them, and so these engines are cheap to run, cheap to fix, parts everywhere. Transitioning away from more expensive platforms like the 1990s cars like the Honda Civic. To race a Honda Civic right now is very, very expensive. I watched a YouTube video of a guy, I don't know if it's his first time drag racing or whatever, but he's a popular YouTuber locally. He broke an axle in his Honda Civic, and then he had to buy a replacement axle. The axle is 15,000 pesos. It's kind of expensive. While buying an axle for, let's say, our platform, Toyota Corolla, it's not that gonna be 15,000. I could probably buy maybe 5 axles for the price of one axle of a Honda Civic. And so, by utilizing alternative platforms, I believe, or at least a platform that's more common, not necessarily the fastest thing out there, but at least platforms that are cheap to run, cheap to fix, cheap to serve, easy to service. The 1NZ Cup is allowing new people who are of relatively less financial means to participate. The rule set ensures parity in performance. If you would study the regulations, they have some regulations that ensure parity between drivers and yet allow diversity of motor vehicles. All right, they are trying to feature XVS Cup car racers, Yaris racers as their typical lineup, but they have recently opened up the races to more platforms, more chassis, and this year our chassis, our 1993 Toyota Corolla big body, is now eligible because our car has now the 1NZ engine. Okay, so there are 3 race weekends for the 2025 season, and each leg has a sprint race and an endurance race. Okay, so by participating here, it's not only going to be, it's really a bang for your buck, having spending a race weekend here for the 1NZ Cup, and by leveraging also our resources, we having the car and you having the desire and the talent to race, I think it would be very good. It is a very good opportunity that all these things are being aligned. I guess if I was in your shoes, okay. But going back, if you want to learn more information aside from contacting us, you can contact Tuason Racing directly for your inquiries regarding the 1NZ Cup. Just for the sake of transparency, we're not the gatekeepers of this information. You don't want to join with us, it's fine. You can do it yourself. Feel free to explore it. But of course, I am discussing an opportunity with us together by utilizing our race vehicle as well. Okay. Moving next slide. Okay, I want to discuss briefly the advantages of just renting a car or dealing with a race team versus you managing everything yourself. Of course, when you're starting out in motorsport and then you would be competing in races involving production-based race cars, the easiest race car to use is your own. So obviously, I've gone through that one, and I have accumulated my own share of production-based cars that I use for racing. There is a capital investment involved. You have to prep your car. Okay, you have a car, you have acquired your car, you made sure that your car's running, but in a lot of racing series, you kind of have to prepare your car, prep your car, make sure that your car meets not only eligibility requirements but also safety requirements. And when you try to make your car suitable for motorsport, for racing, that makes the car useless or crappy to use on a daily driving basis. If the race regulations require you to put a roll cage, having a roll cage in a car that you use every day is not a very, very good idea. It kind of sucks to have a cage, dealing with a cage. And so, it's really better that when you move forward and be serious in your motorsport career, you really will have to have a dedicated race car just to use for racing. But again, you will have to procure yourself another daily drivable vehicle. So that makes things very expensive if you really look at it. But if you the smart way of doing it for for guys who have race cars is to look for somebody to manage your car for you, help you maintain your car, bring your car to the race event, to have trackside support and so on and so forth. Basically, you have a team of mechanics, or at the very least one mechanic at the very least, to help you manage your car in the motorsport arena. Um, However, that still lacks one key part of making your motorsport event or your motorsport career um, better or more efficient. Is that okay? You have your car and then you have your mechanic, but who's gonna tell you how to drive? And that's really the missing piece with a lot. Uh, and for me, I have done my motorsport career um, basically by myself, like a cowboy, like a Ronin. No, there was nobody really to hold my hand. While I have a lot of people who have I could ask generally, but to somebody to hold my hand like a coach for the race event itself and all the contests that I've joined, like special contests, there was not really much of anybody to advise me what to do, what not to do. In fact, in the Top Driver Challenge, I also was able to tell people what to do, to help them move up in their in their journey in that particular contest. Um, I don't know if it's my well. I don't know. There's a recent thing about there's this participant that I was telling them, there was a requirement that we had to provide our own manual transmission vehicle. I told my one of the competitors who I was racing against in the Top Driver Challenge, uh, pare, instead of trying to acquire a car, if you don't have a car, no need to buy a car, right? Just rent. And then suddenly, 1 year later, I find out that they rented the car to compete in an endurance race and they won. So, I'm not taking credit for that. They're very smart, actually, these guys. So, I don't take credit for that, but who knows? Maybe there's an effect, right? What I said 1 year ago. Okay? Flexibility. Okay, you want to join the 1NZ Cup? And then you don't like it. You want to join drifting next. Then now the next step is for you, a guy who does not want to invest in capital, to rent another appropriate vehicle and deal with a team that specializes in that discipline. If you want to go drifting, look for a drift team with a drift car. You want to go rally, go with a rally team. Embed yourselves with that rally team. Have them manage your rally car, and so on and so forth. You don't have to have a specific rally car. You don't have to have a specific drift car. Just rent. I think it's more. As far as the use of your money is concerned, I think it's more efficient. And then when you already are settled with the series that you want to participate in, then that's the time you could just focus on that one. But while you're just trying out new tastes, new flavors in racing, why own the car? And then you're gonna get bored with it. Okay? Arrive and drive. This is of course the possibility. If you have somebody managing the car yourself, managing the car for you, you don't have to worry about bringing the car and everything. That is really a reliever. When I raced in the endurance race last year, and then they instituted me as the team manager, handling the car. But as far as maintaining the car, fixing the car, I had nothing to do with it. I was embedded with the Ribbon Arc Motorsports race team. With that sense, okay. So they're actually very good in what they do. So in case you don't want to deal with us, I can definitely recommend other racing teams that may suit your and probably better than us also. Okay. So, next slide. So, what are we looking for? Okay. First of all, before we show you what we're looking for, we want to discuss the racing opportunity for everybody. So, we're offering a sponsored race seat for the upcoming 1NZ Cup race, the sprint race specifically, for this April at Batangas Racing Circuit. We will lend you if you are chosen, we will lend you the race car for free. We will support you with trackside support for free. And if you need it, you think you need our coaching and mentoring, we will also provide that for you for free. The package value for this opportunity, even if you ask other people, it will be at this amount. It will cost you 100,000 pesos for an opportunity very similar to this one. So we are giving you a benefit that is really tangible. We're not, and we're doing it for free. Okay, why? Well, we'll discuss why later. Okay? So what type of driver we want to give this opportunity to? Okay, the guy has to be based in the Philippines. He has to have prior experience in competition. This is a grid circuit race. We're probably leaning towards people who have grid racing experience and who has proven to have much experience. So that's why we're also opening it for people who have extensive experience in simulator racing, sim racing. Because they will have a lot of seat time dealing with grid racing, with grid races, other drivers. The thing is, the only caveat with sim racing is that there's no fear of death, and if you crash, you're not dead. You don't destroy a car, you just lose. Okay? So, do we also have, also place importance with people who have been able to race in real life. But of course, if there are exceptional talents who are pure simulator racers, we will not discount that also, right? But we are looking at things holistically because we don't want our guy to hurt himself and others in a race car. In our race car, we don't want our car to be destroyed. We don't want to cause harm to other competitors. We don't want to cause undue stress to the organizers. So the guy or gal that we decide to pick has to be at the very least competent and that we are assured that he or she's not going to be a danger to himself, herself, and other people. So the person has to have a valid driver's license. So this precludes this shows that there is an age limit, minimum 17 years old, because you cannot have a valid driver's license if you are underage. A student permit not included. You need to have a driver's license, non-professional at the very least. And that you must be able to drive a manual transmission vehicle because our car is a manual transmission vehicle. No automatics. If you want to race an automatic, find another racing team because we don't have a car, appropriate car for that. But if you are stuck with an automatic, this opportunity is not for you, but we can still help you manage your motorsport dream despite your inability or disability to drive a manual gearbox. You can still approach us separately from this opportunity. Okay? What else? So, if you are interested, you may lodge your interest. Message us on our Facebook page. That's Kuhol Garage / KHL Motorsport. Okay? By lodging your interest, you would say that you're interested and you will be sending your motorsport CV or motorsport resume. We need to know what you've done so that we can also vouch. We can also look for other people to vouch for you, um, that you are deserving of such an opportunity. You must be available on the stipulated race weekend, and also any elimination or validation event that we would do on the interim. And that you agree with stipulated conditions to participate with us for this opportunity. Okay? So our schedule is that we are looking for people. Actually, we have received interest already from 3 people. But formally, we would like to attract more so that we could make a short list of people who would be joining us or participating with us through this opportunity. We are setting a deadline until March 23 for people to submit their credentials. We will be announcing our short list of drivers on March 26, the results of our review, and we will have a driver test on March 30 tentatively. We will be shaking down the car at a race event. We will because we're actually still preparing the car for April. But we're looking at the car being done by that time, March 30, and we will be shaking it down so that we can definitely prepare the vehicle adequately for the rigors of the event on April 12, 13. Okay? So the event again will be on Batangas Racing Circuit. So you must be available on this weekend. If you're not available, don't apply. If you wanna race with us on another day, that would be a separate opportunity. And we would also be willing to accommodate you separately. Did I skip anything? Okay. People have inquired with us already. And so the typical questions that have been asked of us are as follows. Okay, what are we looking for? All right. In general, established race teams in abroad are in general looking for these metrics. Somebody who already knows how to drive, who have the interest, of course, preferably somebody with experience. If you're going to be a hot shoe or a sponsored driver for somebody, and you plan to not pay your way, you must already have experience, you must already have the skill, you must already have established yourself as a winner. Okay? And if you're not going to pay your way in motorsport, you must provide tangible benefits for the racing team. You must have, in the sense, an ability to bring in resources, sponsors, and other resources. In lieu of paying your ride, you must figure out how to best benefit the team. So one way to benefit your team is if you have an established marketing appeal and a skill to manage such. If you have social media presence, you have an established reputation, and so on and so forth. Whatever it is that you have, it does. Social media is not necessarily the main criterion. There are people I know in motorsport who have no social media presence, but they are able to get sponsors due to their relationships or in their being positions in higher aspects of motorsport. I will not say further than that, but there are many other tangible aspects that you may intrinsically have that you're able to bring in resources for the team. If you're a good driver, a very credentialed driver, By you being part of the team, you may be also be able to attract other drivers that would be willing to um, pay their way, so to speak. And so on and so forth. There are many ways to skin the cat. The business of motorsport, as far as team management is concerned, there's many ways to skin the cat in order for the team to survive and subsist. Okay. For us specifically, we're looking for people who um, have mechanical sympathy, who is a fit to us. You fit in the organization. You have a cultural fit. Um, and you have a desire and capacity to continue working with us moving forward. Okay, I'll rephrase this part, right? You mechanical sympathy. You will not destroy the car. You will not break the car. Cultural fit. We like you. If we don't like you, we find out that we don't like you, it's gonna be difficult to work with you. And that's with anybody joining any organization. Okay? Desire and capacity, we want to see that you really want to pursue motorsports, and you have the capacity of doing it. The desire. Of course, to join motorsport, it's not a free ride. So you have to figure out a way to support yourself as others have supported themselves. Um, why will we? Why will you always have to ask yourself, for anybody who wants to pursue motorsport and is dreaming of attracting sponsors and so on, what will compel somebody like me to support your motorsport career? What incentive or what tangible benefit that I could derive? Whether psychic, tangible, intangible, whatever it is, whether it's money, whether it's increased reputation, whatever it is, what is the benefit for us to support you? And much in the same way that we are also open for people to support us in this venture. What is the benefit for you guys to support us? So it's our support, your support to us, we believe that by you participating with us, if you are wanting to be a sponsor, is that you could be involved in a marketable story. If you imagine the story of Jan Mardenborough in Gran Turismo, it is basically the same thing. We aim to identify new upcoming talent from all over the country to participate and be the next motorsport legend. So if you want to be part of that and you want to establish to be in the beginning stages of such a relationship with a future motorsport legend, that would be I would believe that would be a very big marketing opportunity for you. Case and example, one of the legendary race car drivers, I don't know if I should mention his name, has a very long-term relationship with a tire sponsor. This guy has already established to be a legend, and he has already developed his son to continue his schedule, so to speak. And so, dealing with this racing family, to be in the beginning stages of that, and having this long-term relationship and being associated with them, and both father and son are established champions, winning races left, right, and center. To be associated with that at the ground stage would be very beneficial for you guys if you think that motorsports is something that you would like to be involved in, as your opportunity to promote your products and services, to be in the ground level for that sort of talent would be of great benefit to you. If it's not a benefit for you, then I'm sorry. Okay. Number two, the obvious. This is obvious. This is obvious to everybody. obviously, by participating in motorsports, you're trying to establish that your product is motorsports tested. You're associating yourself with an activity that is thrilling, fun, and that you are trying to have people associate you with a sport that is very that is participated and watched by a high social strata, so to speak, so high social demographic sector, A, B, and C. Okay? So, by having your product and service being motorsports tested or motorsports affiliated, that gives your product or service a sheen of credibility. Basically, that's why people are investing and sponsoring sports. Okay, so that's obvious to everybody. And by supporting us, you will be leveraging our experience and knowledge, in-depth knowledge of Philippine motorsports. That may be valuable to some of you, but not necessarily to all of you. So it's really up to you guys if you see this tangible benefit. Okay, as far as sponsorship is concerned. But going back to the driver development that we are trying to develop. Okay. So to reiterate, we're offering this race opportunity. We're lending you the car for free. We don't exactly know if the car will survive you, if you crash it or what. But by really selecting an appropriate driver, we would definitely, number one, be able to participate in the 1NZ Cup together. Number two, by really picking somebody great, somebody proper, we will not have you guys destroy our property. But at the same time, both of us enjoying the opportunity. But what is not included, right? So we're lending you the car for free, but what's not included? You will be responsible for the entry fee, license fees to the sporting body, track fees. Okay? Vehicle consumables, you will be responsible for tires, fuel, lubricants, shop supplies. Your personal travel, the car we will be transporting to the venue, you don't have to worry about the car being transported. We're capable of bringing the car to Batangas Racing Circuit. But we are not responsible for you going to the venue. You may hitch with us, you may make arrangements with us on our schedule, but if you are on your own schedule going to the racetrack and going out of the racetrack, you have to arrange your own travel. Your accommodations and food, you have to arrange yourself. We are not a catering service. But there is food available and there are accommodations nearby the racetrack. But if you have the option to go home every night, that's up to you also. Okay? You destroy the car, you break the car for whatever reason due to driver error, race incident, you will be liable for that one. We are lending you the car for free, but we're not allowing you to destroy our car for free. Okay? Use of driver safety equipment. We cannot supply you a racing suit. We cannot supply you a helmet. Unless you're my size. If you're my size, maybe I can lend you my own racing suit. Okay? And finally, use of the car for the endurance race. We are only offering the use of the car for the 8-lap sprint race. So that involves practice sessions, qualifying, and the sprint race. If you want to participate in endurance race, that's going to be a separate arrangement. And you may have to pay for the use of the car for the endurance race. Okay? What else? So what are your projected costs? Since it's not, we're lending you the car for free, but definitely there will be costs involved for you. So these are estimates. Entry fee, license track fees, 10,000. Tuason Racing was charging 4,500 for for their shakedown race. So I don't know what would that be for the next legs if that would be confirmed. There will be a license requirement that you can get on site from the AAP. That's, if I'm not mistaken, 1,000 pesos. I'm not connected to AAP since 2022, so I don't know the latest there. No, but it's not going to be expensive. Track fees will be what? Probably 3-5 or something. It is our option to shoulder that aspect, but be prepared regardless. Okay? Consumables, you will be responsible for the tires. There's a required regulation tire. It is the GT Radial SX2. It has to be in the 15-inch wheel rim size. You will be buying the tires, but you will be owning the tires. So after the race, you will have the tires. You own the tires. You want to use it again with us? You want to sell it on to other people after the race? It's up to you. We will not. It is your tire. You will be using it because we don't cover consumables. Of course, fuel, fluid, shop supplies. That one we will provide, and you will cover. And then, of course, your other costs, travel, accommodation, food, hydration, whatever. This one's up to you. Okay? So, if you may buy the tire from through us. You can buy the tire directly through the organizer. You could buy the tire directly through a GT Radial dealer. You could buy a second-hand tire, whatever it is. But it's your tire. You will be responsible to supply it, whether we buy it for you or you buy it yourself. But you will, regardless of where the tires are sourced, you will be responsible for the cost of the tires. Okay? What else? Now it's open forum section. There are 2 people watching right now based on the live metrics. Do you guys have any questions regarding this one? Or any questions regarding what we are doing in general? Or anything regarding our YouTube channel, or any questions regarding our current projects that we're doing here for the YouTube channel, and also for our dreams and motorsport. You feel free to ask at this moment. Oh. Well, I'm keeping quiet because I'm resting my voice. While people, I don't know when will people be asking. But the thing is, these types of opportunities are not available all the time and not available to everybody. So I think that having a race car for free to use in this event, it's a great opportunity for you guys who really want to delve into circuit races. So I don't think that this is something that you should take lightly, and nor should you take this as a joke. Because to say that I'm not serious is does not discount the effort that I've been doing for the past 18 years to live out my own personal motorsport dreams. So when it's time now to serve others, all the more so there is a higher responsibility to make sure that everybody involved will achieve their own individual and collective dreams with regards to motorsport. Toink, 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 toink. Let me see my activities. We have been talking for like an hour already. It's very interesting. So, anybody? I'm not very used to streaming, so I'm still figuring out the back end aspects of it. So I have a lot of modules and programs and whatever that it is here being displayed. So what else? Well, I don't know. I've talked for an hour, so I think I can wait for another 10 minutes for possible questions and then I will end the stream. Okay. Um, but one thing I will answer, what's in it for me? To be, I'll be very blunt, right? What's in it for me? I don't, I'm 37 years old. I've done motorsports for 18 years as a driver, right? Okay, forget about my other professional pursuits in motorsport. But as a driver, as a competitor, I've done it for 18 years. Okay, I mean, well, I'm now looking for the next, I guess adventure, the next challenge. I'm not too I mean, while I can drive and I think I will enjoy driving and I know how to drive and probably I can give, assuming I have, again, motorsport involves both the driver and the car, right? So assuming we are able to prepare a very competitive car for the 1NZ Cup, I think I can give people a run for their money. Not to brag, I don't think I'm not. I don't think. I think I can drive. I think I can drive very well. I think I can beat a few people. But um, I I want to leverage. The thing is, I want to leverage my other skills, which is I'm in the academy. I teach business management. I teach entrepreneurship. I'm an entrepreneur, however successful or failure I am financially, but that's what I am. So I wanna leverage my talents on other aspects of my life and try to put everything in motorsport. So by leveraging my supposed management abilities and knowledge in motorsport, it, it may allow me also to help other people achieve their goals, younger people or people who are just starting out in motorsport to achieve their dreams, and leveraging my knowledge, my skills in the back end aspect, so that mutually we both are achieve our aims, our goals, our dreams. That's basically for me. Because if you tell me I go racing, then I can go racing by myself. I don't need anybody. I've done it for 18 years. What capacity I have for actually winning, it's limited to my resources. But by leveraging the resources of others, the talents of others, um, perhaps mutually we can all win together. That's really my goal in this one. Okay? That's my motivation. I don't think I'm definitely not gonna make money with this venture. I'm not after money. Vast majority of expenses you will be shouldering and paying not to me but to other people. Because if I'm here for the money, I am just gonna offer you our race car for rental. You will be charged an appropriate rental fee, and we will deliver to what we have agreed upon as part of the package. That's it. But this one, I'm not earning anything from you guys. I mean, even though I I'm not saying I'm not definitely not financially stable as of this moment. But the thing is, motorsport is something that it's something that I cannot just shake off. It's really a passion, an obsession. Okay, so that's why I'm here for. Okay, you guys, if here's the thing, right? We're at the we there's also a scenario that we could also do, right? What if we pick nobody? Then I will be driving. Then this opportunity for you guys is closed. I will just drive the car. So come come what may, I also have to figure out also to finance the whole thing. But God is great. And there's still a bit less than a month left. So we're still continuing to prep the car anyway, whether we race or not. The car, by the way, is our 1993 Toyota. I haven't discussed about the car. So our car is a 1993-ish Toyota Corolla big body fitted with a 1NZ engine. We are turbocharging the engine to 1NZ FET specs. Not 100%, but basically still leveraging the stock internals but turbocharging the car. So we will be competing in the there are two classes in the 1NZ Cup. So there's class 1, which is basically a stock engine category, and then modified engine category would be group 2. What I think they call it the touring class. Okay, so we'll be joining the touring class. Why? Because we actually are developing the Corolla not to be a multidiscipline fighter. Okay, and if I were to race the car by myself, my actual trajectory for the 2025 season is to develop it for slalom racing, for autocross. And we want to compete with the Hondas with their B20 VTEC, K-Series, whatever engines that they have, right? And they're so light and all that, right? So, we actually are in that frame of mind to develop a slalom racing car. If it was just us driving. But our car has been a rally car for the longest time. So it's already probably the cage requirements for rally maybe would be more stringent than those required for circuit, or probably of a similar level at the very least. So our car, the chassis itself is already pretty much set for circuit racing. And of course rally. And then we're turbocharging it so that the car has a bit more power. For 1NZ, due to regulations, that's not really an advantage. So we will be of parity with other people due to an intake restrictor. So that's required in the 1NZ Cup regulations. So on that aspect, we will be complying to that one as far as the technical aspects of the car. But moving forward, we can always remove the restrictor and race it at other races that we desire. Okay, so that's why we're kind of setting up the car to be a multidiscipline fighter. If we want to rally it, we can rally it. We want to slalom it, autocross it, gymkhana it, whatever. Right? So it has a stock internals engine, but we're fitting a turbo coming from a random 2-liter car, gasoline powered car. So we think that actually the turbo can support the power level that we're looking at. We're only looking at the maximum 150 at the wheels unrestricted. We're not looking for more, because any more than that, the engine will blow up. So I think 150 is a good limit. And also we're limited by our clutch. We are using a 1NZ clutch, but that might not be that sufficient, because we kind of need to replace the pressure plate to a 1ZZ pressure, 2ZZ pressure plate, a strong or any racing type pressure plate that's stronger than stock. just to handle the additional torque. But I think our drivetrain, with the inclusion of limited slip differential, I think it's gonna be good enough for all the motorsports that we want to pursue. Okay. So that's our car. Um, we've raced it for two races in 2022, 2023. So now for 2025, we want to try circuit with this car. And I think it's gonna be very, very good for circuit, especially if it rains. So that's the car. Anyone with a question? Anyone watching? Yeah, I'll be streaming for the next. If there are no more questions, I will be ending the stream in about 3 minutes. And of course, and this stream will be left live. I mean, live will be left in our YouTube channel. So for everyone who wants to peruse information discussed here, you can review it later in our YouTube channel. Right? What else? I'm just resting. Anyway, whoever we decide to pick, if you're gonna, in worst case scenario, I will be chosen, or I'll choose myself rather. Um, I'm looking forward to participating in the One NZ Cup, regardless of the results of this marketing exercise of ours. Anyone? Hello? Hi, hello. Let me check. Oh, wait, finally I found somebody. Sean Carblogs. Somebody has message. Hi, Sean. I have prior experience in Need for Speed with Logitech G27 pedals and steering wheel. Yeah, I mean, every one of us has played racing games, right? But we're kind of looking at competition experience as part of your. But I mean, for this experience, I mean, for this venture that we're offering you a racing seat for free, the opportunity to drive our car for free without any rental. Okay, we kind of need people with experience. But if you're starting out and you wanna go dive into real life motorsport, we can help you separately from this initiative, no? Kasi all of us, we have started out. All of us, we have started out. What you call this? We started out not knowing anything. The thing is, I'm offering people who are looking for expert guidance, so to speak. You can go and what you call this? How do I say this one? Everyone's looking for a way in motorsport. People are hesitant. People are afraid, or people just don't know any better. And I was those things 18 years ago. It was just due to fortuitous. I'm using difficult words that I can't pronounce. Just due to positive circumstances that I have met met people in my life that have guided me to this path. Okay. And again, I just want to return the favor moving forward. For this opportunity, we kind of need people who know how to drive already, who has some experience. Um, but if you are completely new to competitive real-life motorsport, do message us and we can figure out within your capacity of participating how best to move forward. Whether we can advise you to just go race in real life, tell you where to race, how to race. You wanna learn, you wanna figure out the best way how to maximize the driving of your car as a proper driving coach, and so on and so forth. We can help you map out at least your start of your career. But that would be a separate thing altogether, which you could message us on our Facebook page regarding. Okay, but for this one, we kind of need. We're not looking at guys who are already on the upper echelons of Philippine motorsport. Or we're looking at people who have already demonstrated their eagerness and desire, and who has already proven themselves that they're not gonna destroy our car, and yet has the desire to compete in a grid type circuit racing race. Okay? So, but currently, I have non-prof driver's license. I know how to drive manual. Okay. Ganito. Sean Car Vlogs. Ganito. Here's what we do. No? Send us your motorsport resume. Your experiences and whatnot. No? Please send us on our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is Kuhol Garage. You just look at Facebook. It's Kuhol Garage / KHL Motorsport. So that's facebook.com/Kuhol Garage if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And okay, again to go, let's jump back. No? Just to help you and everybody submit your motorsport resume, no? I'll give, ito na nga yung general advice. Not this one. What are we looking for? Okay. What are we looking for? Okay. If you cannot bring in your skill, example lang, but if you have other attributes that would be beneficial to the team, why not? Diba? If you find yourself, I haven't looked at your YouTube channel, but I'm assuming that you are active in Facebook, active in YouTube at the very least, and you have existing followers probably. There's no problem. But the thing is it enough? Is it enough for somebody like myself or others that you will approach in the future? Would that be enough for the opportunity? Maybe, maybe not. But as a guide, okay, you people who are looking to be sponsored must contribute this one, race driving skill, but more so race driving skill is something that a lot of people can develop in their own dime, in their own capacity, but not a lot of people have this ability. Sad to say, the ability to be marketable, the ability to be presentable in the corporate sphere, the ability to gather resources for oneself and for your team, so to speak. Remember that motorsport is not cheap. So it requires financial capacity. if you do not have innate financial capacity, you don't have a rich parent, you don't have a good business, you don't have a high-paying job, then what alternative do you have to sustain your motorsport dreams? Right? Then you have to be able to market yourself. With the advent of social media, it has been quantifiable, the number of followers that you have, the number of likes that you have per video, the number of views that you have per video. That is now things that are more tangible. But before, in the kopong-kopong days, in the old days, those things are developed through past experience, reputation, relationships, and all those things that that take time to develop. But how are they developed is through active and regular competition in actual motorsport. If you are a driver, okay. But anyway, this is a guide. All right, this is a guide. Not necessarily you are 100%, not necessarily you're 100% in all aspects, in all paradigms. But this is your goal as a driver. Okay? Whether you qualify with this particular opportunity or with opportunities of others, these are the things that you kind of need, in my opinion, in my supposedly expert opinion, being a motorsport professional and race competitor for all this time. Okay? So, in short, magpadala ka ng resume mo on our Facebook page. Okay? Pag-aralan natin. We've already had 3 people express interest in this. So, we will be shortlisting this one by the 23rd. What's critical is that you submit your resume. Because there are already 3 people who have lodged interest. But to really determine if you guys are serious, prepare a resume. Because I'm not gonna waste time chasing you guys for your resume. We're kinda I need to have some basis of your interest, basically, and to also gauge if you're really shall we say really qualified for this opportunity. And if not, we're still willing naman to help those who want to race naman eh. Diba? Just not necessarily that you're not eligible, qualified, or you're not going to be chosen for this particular opportunity. That doesn't mean that your racing dreams are over, and that doesn't mean that we're not willing to help. Diba? You can message us separately naman regarding that one. But to go back, okay, going back here, in the interim, it might be cheaper to just use your own car to go join like things like slalom or autocross or super sprint or whatever. But if you're trying to move up, you will have to develop a purpose-built race car. It doesn't have to be fast, but it has to be safe. It has to meet safety requirements. Forget about 1,000,000 horsepower. Forget about the latest in racing slicks, whatever tires you put. Forget about your highfalutin quad adjustable or 5 adjustable coilovers, whatever you have. Forget about your aero lightweight, whatever. Right? The first priority is a safe car. And a safe car for racing is not necessarily a safe car for daily driving. Because if a roll cage is usually required. When you have put a roll cage in your car, that means that all the time you have to wear a helmet. If you hit the roll bar without a helmet, you're dead. You crack your head. So, when you make a race car, you lose a daily car, and then you have to buy another car. So, instead of going through the, and then you have to maintain that car, and then the fact that you're not able to use the car every day anymore is that creates a second problem, because you wear out a car by using it, and you also wear out a car by not using it. So you will have the obligation to maintain your car even though you're not using it. Okay? Anyways, are there any more questions? I'm resting my voice. So anyway, I'm kind poofed. In Tagalog, pagod na ako, pare. Right? So anyway, with that said, I'd like to thank everybody who has popped into the live stream and who has asked questions regarding. Thank you to Sean Car Vlogs for your questions. Highly appreciated. And if you're really interested or you just want to ask general questions regarding your dream to go participate in real life motorsport, hit us up on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Kuhol Garage. And I hope to hear from everyone interested for this venture, this motorsport project of ours. And I guess that's it. Thank you to the guys who have watched this live and who will be watching it as a recorded video. Okay? I'll end this stream here. I'd like to thank everybody again. Thanking you guys. And I will see you next time, because after this video, I will be making a video filming the stuff that we've been doing. Our project cars, update on everything here in the garage. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Can you see my hand? Bye-bye.